Welcome to this daily guided meditation practice. This is the Attentive Mind. My name is Nathan, and I'll be guiding you through this meditation practice today. Find yourself a seated position. Any position works. And especially today, it's a shorter meditation practice, so it doesn't really matter how you sit. You just want to find something relatively comfortable and sturdy, as always. You don't want to feel like you're worried about the body because it hurts because you're sitting in a weird way. You also don't want to feel unstable or instable. I never know the right word for that. But basically, you want to feel like you're here to stay, and having a stable position really helps with that. We also keep our eyes open during this practice. But of course, if you'd like to practice with your eyes closed, you feel more comfortable doing that, that's the way you learned, go ahead and close your eyes. There are no hindrances here. But if your eyes are open, leave the screen alone and drop your gaze gently down below you, kind of looking at the floor of the desk or whatever is just below you. We're not staring at a particular spot on the floor, but we're also not zoned out and blurry. We have a gentle gaze directed clearly, yet softly downwards. You're in a sturdy and comfortable position, and your eyes are either closed or open, gaze directed softly downwards. Begin by settling your attention on the sensations of the breath. Essentially, ask yourself, how does it feel to breathe? What is it like? Just bring your attention there, wherever you feel it the most. Noticing as the breath comes in, the belly and the chest gently expand. And as the breath leaves, they relax, all by itself. And for the next minute or so, just stay with this gentle rhythm. And if I'm catching you thinking right now, it's okay. Just notice that you're thinking. Notice that you're lost in a thought, and gently return back to breathing. No force necessary. Now, feel your body in space. In other words, without doing anything in particular, just notice your body as a single unit. Not as separate parts, but just as a complete whole. And how it kind of takes up space. And you can almost feel your body tingling once you do this, or turn on in a way. Just notice it as a single whole, a single unit in space. Now there's something subtle going on here when we do this. Especially if you're normal, whatever that means. But it feels like we're noticing our body from someplace in our head. It feels somehow that experience is experienced somewhere behind the eyes and in between the ears. Do you notice this? How when I ask you to feel your body in space, it feels like you're doing that from some place in the head. But let's go back to that instruction to feel the body in space. Feel it as a single unit. You could take your time with this. Just see your entire body as a single unit, from the head all the way down to the toes. But notice that your head is also in this experience. See, when we pay attention to the body as a singular whole, the head, your head, is also part as that single whole. Can you notice that your head is also experienced? Now, if your head is experienced, where are you experiencing it from? See if you can find where you're experiencing the entire body from. What happens when you look? So then, why do we feel to be experiencing from our head if our head is also within our experience. Where are you? Just remain as this experience rather than an experiencer, and completely rest. All right, you can look at the screen. We all feel to be somehow in the head, kind of behind our eyes and in between our ears. In this meditation we did today, this looking is probably the better word, is to challenge that assumption. Yes, we know about a brain, we know about center of consciousness, where consciousness probably arises from. But that's learned. When meditation takes place, when we're doing this practice, it's important to understand that it is not about ideas. It is not about figuring out the truth of the world and the way we can talk about it. We're coming back to our experience right now, just experience. And we're investigating that. You can almost say we're investigating the first person point of view. Not what is reality, not neurology, biochemistry, physics. Those are totally separate from what we're doing here. Which is why I often say when people talk about energies and spirits and stuff like that, I usually say, well, what part of that is in your experience? What does that actually mean? There's a dividing line between belief and experience itself. We're just looking at experience, not ideas, not what I was told or what I read or what I believe. When we come to this first person experience, it goes so far as to challenge the assumption that I am in my head. In the practice, I said all the way from to the top of the head down to the feet. And I say that as a matter of speech, but it's because there's this hidden belief that I'm up here and my foot is down there. That my neck is closer to me than my foot. Why? Most of our senses are right here, obviously. We got the eyes, nose, tongue, ears. So we can feel, but when you just pay attention to experience, that is also an experience. There's also the experience of the head noticed. Especially if you're just feeling your body as one single unit. And then the question is, where do you experience that from? Not from thinking, not like, oh, it's probably from the brain, and that's true, but different subject, from your experience, from the first person. Where is that experience it from? And if you feel this sense of relief, this sense of, oh, this heavy personality we carry around, this heavy I and me kind of breaks up. Like it does when we watch a really good movie and we get lost in it. We don't even feel to be a self. It's just the movie. It's available here with life. It's just experience. And it's not in the head. Thank you for your time today. Thank you for showing up. And as always, and without exception, I'll see you tomorrow.